Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this February. This winter is killing me. It's kicking my butt. I can't even take it anymore. I'm dying for spring and summer. But I figured to lift my spirits, I would go into my collection and try to find some girly Valentine's Day combos. So that's what we have here today. So I'm just going to jump right into it. And don't forget, if you like the video, to leave me a comment and subscribe. So the first one I have here is going to be Oh Cherry from Bath & Body Works, and then I have Bodycology's Cabana Days. So this one was kind of inspired by Clean Reserve's perfume, the Whipped Cherry. So that one has some whipped cream, some cherry, of course, a plethora of other notes, but it also has a pineapple note. So my favorite pineapple is this one from Bodycology. It just smells really bright and uplifting and fruity, and of course, like I said, I'm craving the summer vibes, so I thought this one was interesting. And again, it's always fun for me to do fragrance layering. And another thing I forgot to mention is that these are all fragrance mist on fragrance mist combos, and you absolutely do not need a perfume for these. These are heavy hitting fragrance mist combos, you guys. Again, that's Oh Cherry with Cabana Days from Bodycology. It's like a cherry pineapple fruity vibe. So the next one is going to be Rose from Bath & Body Works with Just a Kiss from Victoria's Secret. This one is going to be a really strong floral scent, you guys. Rose is already super strong and potent and floral. You have to like a powdery, rosy scent combo for this one. I just got Rose, so I wanted to play around with it a little bit, but I won't lie, she is kind of hard to layer because she is so potent. So along with the rose water, jasmine, and creamy musk in Rose, I wanted to add Just a Kiss, which gives us some raspberry and some pink pepper. So I feel like it almost just adds two really perfumey notes to Rose, and it kind of just becomes like as if this was like a rose pink pepper type of perfume. And then another thing I thought worked really well with Rose is that Just a Kiss has a lip gloss note, you guys. It has a lip gloss powdery vibe to it, so it just kind of flows with the powdery rose fragrance, the musk, and all together comes into a really potent, strong but girly feminine combo. And I do have the little card that I sprayed them on here, and I really do think all these combos really do blend well together, but again, they are strong. So I'm smelling it now, and it's really that powdery lip gloss note that works with Rose, you guys. If you happen to have Just a Kiss, I definitely recommend trying them together. So next up we have Tease Candy Noir with Tease Heartbreaker, both from Victoria's Secret. So Tease Candy Noir is another one that is super powdery, super potent, a little bit hard to layer. So I was trying to figure out what makes this a little bit more sweeter. And I know that not everybody has a lot of Victoria's Secret stuff. I know majority of us really like Bath & Body Works, but I did want to make sure that I'm looking around my collection, pulling out girly mists that I thought were worthy of Valentine's Day, and I want to make sure I'm getting use out of all of my stuff, you know? So while I was kind of trying to figure out what Tease Candy Noir is like giving me and what it could work with, I did come across a few, but then I finally came across Tease Heartbreaker in my collection, and I just thought they both really worked well together. So with both fragrances, in the top note, you're going to have a fruity note with starfruit and Tease Heartbreaker, and then raspberry and Candy Noir. And then in the base of both of these fragrances, they both have tonka bean. So you're going to get that nice powdery, soft, vanillic like fragrance in the base. And then Tease Heartbreaker also gives us a whipped cream note to add a little bit of lactonic comfort, coziness to this whole vibe. And I really enjoyed this one as well. I do have my little card here, and I just am really happy that I have something to pair with Candy Noir now. But another one that's been mentioned like on YouTube a lot is Butterfly from Bath & Body Works. That one is basically Candy Noir's like twin. So if you don't have Heartbreaker, I would definitely say pair Butterfly with Candy Noir. So next up we have Rouge Elixir from Victoria's Secret with Perfect in Pink from Bath & Body Works. This one is just a given. They both have an almond creme note and they both work so well together. It's almost making me think that I should have got Perfect in Pink, but I didn't because something about the floral in there just wasn't my favorite. But I do really enjoy it in this scrub version, and I did go through one of those already. But I'm glad that I have this extra one to show you that it works really nicely with Rouge Elixir. And then of course that elixir has the yummy fruity red currant, and then Perfect in Pink has the yummy fruity red cherry. So cherries, fruity red currant, and then almond creme in the base. You really cannot go wrong. Rouge Elixir is one I would just like to wear on its own, but it's actually crazy how well it goes with Perfect in Pink, so definitely give that one a try. And so the next one we have is Mad About You from Bath & Body Works and Bombshell Intense from Victoria's Secret. This combo is actually so good and girly and flirty. Mad About You is another one kind of hard to layer. I think I have layered her a couple of times in the past, but overall she's a nice heavy hitter on her own, and she's really like girly and flirty. This one definitely gives like 13 going on 30, whatever her name is, Jennifer or something, Garner. Like I definitely picture her smelling like this. Like it's such a flirty scent. And so with this combo, they both have peony and vanilla, and then you just get a nice cherry from Bombshell Intense and a nice black currant from Mad About You. But really the star of the show is like that girly flirty peony and then that base of vanilla. And I actually am pretty impressed by how well this one came together. Here's my little card. Yeah, you get some florals. That bright peony is so good. It's really nice. It's really flirty, like I said, so definitely give this combo a try as well. So next up is Victoria's Secret's Charming Rose with Gingham Love from Bath & Body Works. And I'm so happy they brought this one back out, I'm hearing. And so this one is pretty basic. They both have rose and berries. They're both a rose and juicy, fruity, red berry type of scent. So you get strawberry jam from Charming Rose, and then you get like a meringue note from Gingham Love. It's giving like yummy, fruity, jammy jelly or something, just really nice with that yummy rose in both of them. It's really not a mature powdery rose, it's just a nice like airy floral. So this one just works so well together, and definitely will be getting some use from me. So the next one I have is Very Sexy Scarlet from Victoria's Secret with Carried Away from Bath & Body Works. And Very Sexy Scarlet is another really heavy hitting rose fragrance. I really like it. It was kind of hard to layer because with that strong powdery dominant rose, it's just kind of like, what do you add to it that's not going to be too screechy or anything. And I found that Carried Away just adds the pear and the lush raspberry to give it like a bit of a fruitiness, a spring vibe with the juicy fruity essence. And then they both have jasmine, so they both have that jasmine in there. And then you have a whipped vanilla note from Carried Away, and that whipped vanilla note is gonna soften out the ambrette note that's in Very Sexy Scarlet. So you have a rosy, jasmine, kind of fruity, airy, vanilla profile of a perfume type of combo here. I definitely think Carried Away added a nice girliness to this rose dominant fragrance. And next up we have Finery's Not Another Cherry with Victoria's Secret's Pure Seduction Brulee. So with this one, you're getting a really nice creamy factor from both of these. Finery's Not Another Cherry has Turkish rose, almond, amaretto, and cherry. And what I've always liked about it is that it just doesn't really pull any of those four notes too much. Like the rose is barely there, The amaretto and the almond is not sharp at all. It's just a nice creamy, almost as if there was whipped cream in there somewhere, fragrance. And then the cherry is just really, really blended well in there as well. It's not medicinal to me at all, and it's such a heavy hitting fragrance. I think it's one of Finery's strongest fragrances, and I really, really like it. And then Pure Seduction Brulee just has mulled berries and freesia, and the way that the packaging looks here on the bottle, it has that like lactonic creaminess in there as well, as if there was a whipped cream note. It is delicious, honestly. It's so good. And so I just figured we're adding freesia with the rose, so a floral, and then the almond with the mulled berries and this lactonic factor with both of them. It's kind of like another kind of jammy fragrance combo, another kind of like whipped frosting cherry berry type of fragrance combo, and I really enjoyed them together. Here's my little card. And yes, Pure Seduction Brulee is so good, so creamy, and the dry down of this combo works really, really nicely together. I really like this combo. So next up we got Always Fleur from Bath & Body Works with Gingham Gorgeous from Bath & Body Works, and Always Fleur is a Dior J'adore dupe. So it is very powerful of a fragrance. It's definitely hard to layer. It has pear, rose, and cedar, but if you're familiar with J'adore, that perfume has like a ton of notes. One of them in the top being peach, and then like some other fruity notes in the top, like a citrus and a melon as well. So Gingham Gorgeous is going to give us that peach, a little bit of yummy fruity strawberry, really girly, delicious type of strawberry, and then a little bit of peony floral to just go with the plethora of other florals that's in J'adore as well. I tried them both together on the card, and I actually really enjoy how they work together. Now, like I said, Always Fleur is a really, really strong fragrance mist, so maybe you just want to go in with like the body care of Gingham Gorgeous and you just want to top it with Always Fleur, or maybe you just want to spray a ton of Gingham Gorgeous and top it with Always Fleur. But just be mindful that you definitely want to test something out on a strip or something before you just go in with a bunch of sprays. But I actually was really excited to see that these both work really well together, because now I know what I can layer Gingham Gorgeous with. So the last one I have for you guys today is going to be Victoria's Secret's Scandalous with Among the Clouds from Bath & Body Works. And I love Scandalous. I wish I had this when I was a teenager, and I would definitely make this my signature scent. I really like how it has the note of praline in the base, because I really love how praline is really creamy, and I think it just fits my personality. I really like fragrances with praline. And then this also has raspberry and peony, but the peony is not super sharp in this, and especially not in the fragrance mist version. It's just like a really creamy, kind of airy fragrance. Even the raspberry is not too strong in this. It's kind of interesting and hard to describe, but it's a creamy fragrance. You would think there's kind of like a fig note in this one as well. It almost has that kind of like deep, rich, it just has character to it. The praline in this fragrance is delicious. So again, raspberry, peony, and praline. And then Among the Clouds brings in the whipped berries with like a little bit of vanilla. So pretty much you're just getting a little bit more tartness from the berries to the raspberry and Scandalous, and then you're just getting a little bit of like a whipped vanilla creaminess to go with the praline and Scandalous. And this one is so good. This one is super flirty, super girly. I definitely think you guys will like this one for Valentine's Day. So these last two, you guys, is not a combo. They're just honorable mentions. Pure Seduction Luxe is a powdery violet strawberry fragrance that I really do like, but I don't really reach for it a lot. And I was kind of mixing it with other things in this lineup, and I just really wasn't feeling that it like really blended well with other things because it's just so powdery. I really do like it on its own, and I really do like it with Bodycology's Cupcake Swirl. I did want to still mention it here because due to the powderiness that it has, I was thinking maybe you guys could try to pair it with the Candy Hearts fragrance that came out. I know a lot of you guys have that one. I didn't end up picking it up because I just don't think I would reach for like a grapey powdery fragrance, but I wouldn't have minded to have something like that in my collection, but I just passed it up. But I do want to know if you have Pure Seduction Luxe and if you pair it with that one, how those work together. And then A Thousand Wishes, you guys, is just that girl, so good. I just really have been loving her like the last quarter of 2025 and even till this day. Sniffing it, it is just so good. I might have to like pick up the whole line of this year because I'm really feeling it. And I think just with the Prosecco and the peony and the amaretto, the girliness in this one, I think this one would be a really nice Valentine's Day fragrance as well. So those were just honorable mentions, you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. And of course, don't forget again to like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely leave me a comment down below to let me know which combo was your favorite.